Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounded. So yeah, we got a bunch of news popping up today. We talked about it in yesterday's live, but I'll be thinking about that. So I was going into the charts, getting ready to go live. I was like, we're not going to be taking any setups, so there's no point in even going live. Now we still got some news popping off, but I do got things to do later on. I do got a couple one-on-one sessions, so I couldn't push it back too far. But we have a lot of news popping off today. We got 3:15, 3:30 news that popped off. 10 minutes. GBP news about to pop out for 4:30, and then we got another 8:15 Euro news event. We got 8:30 USD news event. Then we got 8:45 Euro news event. And then we got 15 minutes into New York Open and 9:45 USD news event. So we got a lot of news popping up, but it makes sense when we look at the charts. Again, I keep on telling y'all, right? That's why I talk about what the members, the students behind the scenes, and the New York Lives, News Live, the members with the Van Silver Clinic University, right? A lot of this stuff is not a coincidence, it correlates together, right? We got US30, just got a huge trade. If y'all was in the live yesterday, you could have got this setup. We was in the live yesterday when we was in drawdown and slowly going into profit. Right, this is how I played out before the fourth session. Then I got wicked out, and I re-entered right after the full week I was looking for. This was a crazy 1 to 5. What did I say? Did I say 1 to 5 here? I don't think I put the right risk reward. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so 1 to 5 one was 1 to 6 RR. Crazy setup right here. But again, we got a lot of news popping up today because we need that. Remember, we caught all this consolidation. We caught that entire higher high yesterday. So we're about to be approaching all-time highs for US30 as well. So the news today, we're either going to give us volume to break through these highs, or we're going to be playing bring around the rosy symbol, right? Same thing with gold. Monday and Tuesday, we caught that higher high. And just like we talked about, the last few times we came to this level at 34.18, we have been failing. We have been failing to hold this level as support. Right, literally each time we come to this level, we fail to hold it as support. Right, So we are still bullish and looking for buys as long as we can respect the whole 33.74 as support. But as we see right now, we're currently chilling underneath that level. And like we just went over, we got a whole bunch of news popping off. So price plays out today. Definitely because again with Rio this week, we're on a huge win streak. Definitely going to be patient with the setups today because a lot of these charts are in reversal territory or at certain points where you're going to see the trend continue or the trend change, right? Yeah. We had 3 weeks of price taking to the downside to this key price level, rejected just like we did last. Coincidence? No. Right, this is what we'll be talking about. So we can't see either ultra come to play or depending on what the volume does. We could see price try to push back down and show very momentum. But there's just a little bit of patience of waiting in. This is what you have to do sometimes with that trading, especially like when you're up. You don't want to force setups or rush setups, take unnecessary losses. Because yes, in the long term, the longer you make those losses bad. But I'm all about minimizing possible losses, maximizing our wins, right? Because I could be like everybody else and just take every setup and just let my risk management, risk reward take me far. But when you're super quick with your setups on top of having a high restoration setup and a high win rate, you're going to make a lot more money. Make sure to like the live as I hop up in here, y'all. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know how we sound. Are we sounding good? We're sounding good. Okay, perfect, perfect. What's going on, Jordan? I see you up in here. What's going on, Chanel? There's a little feedback in the background. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I gotta fix my mic. Let me try to fix it. Test, test. Let me see if this sounds better. Like I say it all the time, and I might actually try to look to see if there's anything similar or better. Test, test, test. I sound a little better, but like I said, I don't know. Like one of the Wi-Fi where I stay at spotty, I'm not in the city, but StreamYard, like StreamYard, be super sensitive. If I touch the cord or sound staticky, say the same mic I use for StreamYard is the same mic I use for the YouTube videos, New York practice, number lives or Zoom calls. Sounding clear during those, so I think it's like I don't know the streaming. I don't fucking know, but if I ever sound staticky or anything like that, do let me know. I won't get annoyed by that because at the end of the day, I'm doing it. That's also why I'm muting if I'm not talking, just to kind of cancel at the same time. Sound uh, let's see what we got going on. So again, we got 432 about to pop off in a little bit for the GBP pairs. So right now we're just waiting, we're just watching. So the way the markets are, I'm most likely not going to trade until after 10. Now, some people might not want to, but it is what it is, right? It's all about just being smart and with high quality setups. And the way the news is lined up is literally news all day, and there's a 2 hour gap before 8:30, which we have USD news at 8:30, and then 9:30 New York open. We got another USD news event, so I'm just going to wait for all that to play out, and then let's see if we can catch a setup. Right, but if I don't see anything I like, won't be shocked or surprised if I don't cross into it. Right, because again, it's just depends on how the news plays out. Right, it's a little bit different from let's say if we go back into probably last, probably last week. Much better. That's probably what it was. I was gonna say hold on because I did have my mic tank, so I probably was getting messed up every time I moved the mouse. It's a little bit different from if it was last week on Tuesday, right, where we only had 1 hour or one time where there was news. Plenty of time to pick a setup if there was one during Tokyo on this session, and then also to play out and then find a setup right. But we look at today, it's got news on the session, all beginning in New York. It's really only a gap for 2 hours. So again, this guy's continuing long term is important because again, we're 3-0 this week. We went 5-0 last week. We went 6-0 the week before that. Literally been trying to rush a setup. Like we're making money, right? So again, like I always talk about, trading is not like a job or a 9 to 5. But we do got some setup we're looking for invest today, right? So again, we're going to be looking for continued gold buys. As long as we can hold 33.74, 33.76, just like we've been talking about, we need to maintain this support for the US30. You can still look for allow not to be against the retrace just because again, so I can get a better short ratio set up and because we're approaching the all-time highs again. Go for it, right? But yeah, this was a beautiful setup. Man. This is again why we enter next out these key price tap this level. We need to show to upside. We need to look at how price tapped and reacted to this level. Right, how price tapped and reacted to this level. This is exactly why we mark off these levels and we play off of them, right? Because again, we understand how the charts work, and then we have these key price levels marked off. We're literally prepared, and it eliminates all the shock or surprise of the rejection and retracement and things like that. You go. So we're about to see how the 430 news pops off. Didn't really affect the GP pairs with the Euro news popping off. I didn't really look at the Euro pairs either. I might just look at them out of curiosity while we're waiting, but we're about to see this next 15 minutes. Like always, y'all, if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram Playmaker _ late. TikTok we look at UJ story. Oh wow. Oh wow. AJ did a nice move today. And a nice move yesterday. So so all the other JPY players are looking extremely bullish right now. Besides USDJPY, but that's USDJPY. Yeah, so if I see this news does anything, If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. By the way, the sale is still on and popping, y'all. Again, we got the summer sale going down. Everything is 20% off. That is including the baseball signal room, monthly deal in a lifetime, one session, and playing with the university. When you don't know what the details, all that stuff is, you can ask in the chat right now, or if you're watching YouTube videos, which y'all should be. If you're not, make sure to watch the video I dropped in this week. All playlists are up to date. But the last 3 minutes of all my YouTube videos, I cover all the details and all that good stuff. All right, so the 430 minutes is popping off. Let's see how GJ reacts. So doing a retest, we need to hold this low as support for the bullish momentum to continue. We've projected this level multiple times, so we've closed and held this level as support, which is important to note. But now we're just waiting to see the volume can pick up to give us this new higher high. Again, we see GJ consolidating at these highs where last time price rejected at, right? We see tends to break through the consolidation where the last few times price rejected at. Right? We see gold potentially about to try to do the same thing at the same level price rejected. And these are completely different things. This is a whole metal. This is the future in industry. This is a currency pair. You see the same shit playing. That's what a lot of people be telling them, like charts. All the same. This is in the markets. If you can read one chart, you should be able to read any chart. So yeah, the news today is very important. It don't even feel like Thursday, but it's definitely Thursday. This looks weird. Appreciate those. I like the live. Make sure to like the live if you haven't already. Let's see how this next goes. No, Volker saw a great job yesterday morning. Yeah, it was to be expected though, right? It was to be expected though. So again, this is why just looking at the charts and understand what's happening is very important. Like what we just talked about. This level, each time prices come to this level, because these are the all-time highs right here. This is good. Again, we got a lot of charts breaking all-time highs. Right? Remember I told y'all since last year, and I haven't made a video about Coinbase in a minute, but I told y'all to buy the Coinbase stock. If y'all bought that thing last year when I was telling y'all to, that thing's been crazy. Robinhood was approaching all-time highs as well. I don't know if it's broken yet. I haven't been paying attention to Robinhood. NAS, SPX, ES, all these things are approaching. I'm telling y'all, these next few years are going to be crazy. If everything goes how I see them going, which has been going so far, things are going to be crazy. I'm telling y'all to get y'all some gold. I'm telling y'all to get y'all some crypto. Y'all been getting crypto. Y'all should see a huge return on investment right now. Stock size, stocks are going crazy as well. Literally, if y'all was getting into this stuff last year, beginning of this year, y'all are setting ourselves up for success. Right? Because if we break past these all-time highs, we're going to be at where we're going to be seeing new highs continue to be made, new levels made, and it's going to get this right. But again, that drop makes sense. That's also why we didn't really go for buys yesterday, right? Right here, buying 30, price and all that level of support. Then we had a big drop, never touched on this level, so we just left it alone. But again, look where it's at. It's right back when we started the loop gap. Again, if price can hold this low as support, we're going to see high get movement. Right, but that drop, very explanatory. Right, the same resistance level that's been struggling to. It's like the price action type analysis playbook talks about. You need that resistance level to be broken and have support. And we need to hire those. So you can potentially catch the same move we caught on. You reject them. So, can we look at SPX? Yeah, we can take a look at SPX. I've been marking up ES, so I'm probably gonna have to mark off SPX really quick. So give me a second. But I got you. All right, so we're gonna SPX, same thing as like NAS100, possibly US30 soon. We're right back in that higher highs, all-time highs. You can see that right here. But we are still gonna be looking for buys. So I because again, when it comes to dealing with all-time highs, we don't know exactly where that new level is going to be made until it's made, right? So I personally would like to see price retrace and possibly test back down to 60.46 and 48. If all that is support like we did yesterday, if all that support we look provides can make it to the highs of 76. Or you can see price retrace back down to 63.15 with that support. Again, we have a big higher high here. But if it does break above 63.76, we could probably see a new higher high get made. But yeah, I'd still look for the but I'd look for retracement to re-enter and catch a to upside. But yeah, that's what's going on after that. Bugging out. So DJ ended up rejecting that level. Juice, no man's land. So you have reversal taking place, and we had price push up all week. But I'm still not going to look for buys unless we break above 35, 95, and below that at support. You can look for possible buys at 36.25, possibly 36.55. Right. And as far as sells, I'm not looking for sells unless we break back down below 34.50 as of today. Right. Tomorrow could be different. But as far as today, that's when the game plan with you. As far and again, it's been backwards, right? Last week we was focused heavy on currency pairs. This week we've been focused heavy on futures indices, and that's just because again the market structure. Right? Last week the indices were kind of chilling. This week the forex pairs are kind of just been stuck in place. New 5 minute just popped up. We got a new 4 hour council popping up in 20 minutes as well. Like I said, we got a lot of news popping off today. We got 4:30 GP news playing out right now. We got 8:15 Pro news, 30 USD news, 8:55 Euro news, and 9:45 USD news. A lot popping off. I checked my schedule. I know I got a few more sessions because I got to check my schedule. Um, I'll let y'all know if we're going to go live. Remember, during one of the news events. I just got to go on my schedule to make sure we got some time to do that. Because again, this week's a little different. We got a lot of high impact news this week. But even without the news, we still been able to catch some news. No problem, no problem. 5 minutes just popped up. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered any of these trades yet. These are just trade ideas. We have not entered any of these trades. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Again, y'all, today's going to be a little bit different. Just chilling right now. As you can see, volume is just playing around right now. We just had some news pop off. Again, we don't rush setups. We patiently wait for our confirmations to either be met or not met. You know what I'm saying? We saw it was retesting low, ended up rejecting. Game plan still the same though. We're going to see what price looks like and what price does going into New York session. Then we got a few more news events today. We got 815 Euro news, 830 USD news, 845 Euro news, and 945 USD news. Again, y'all, no TikTok lives until next week. I'm banned until tomorrow, so we'll be back at it next week. I got a little more cover with the live stream. I also need a mod. I said that before because I don't be looking at who be in the chat, but like after my thing got reported the second time, I saw like a lot of no profiles, 0 following, or following 2,000 follower people. So what I'm gonna start doing, if y'all don't got, I know one person here that don't got a profile picture. I know who that is. But everybody else that don't got a profile picture or you look like you're on a burner account, I'm just going to block you. All right. So take it personally. Just message me if you wasn't there, you got blocked. But that's what I'm just gonna have to start doing to protect my live because I don't be looking at who be in there. I look at who comments, and then I just be teaching. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna start doing. So like next week, I'm gonna be periodically looking to see who's in the live. If you don't got a profile picture, if your follower or following count looks weird, you're just gonna be blocked. I'm about to pop up in a little bit. Again, y'all, we got the sale going on. Some of y'all take advantage of the sale. Don't miss out on the sale because I get questions all the time about when the next sale is. But then when I got the sale, you know, people hop on it, but a lot of people that be hitting me up don't be hopping on it. So, you know, but as soon as the sale's over, people will be like, oh, next week, this week. You gotta stop being last minute with stuff, y'all. We gotta jump on it, y'all. And things are there. But we look like GJ's going to try to read something this level right here. Got some new videos lined up for y'all on TikTok and Instagram. Make sure to be following me on there and be on the lookout. When you see it on your screen, Instagram Playmaker _ TikTok _ Playmaker. And I gotta edit some of the. I both, of course, from YouTube. I edit those later on today as well. So the new video don't drop today. It's probably going to drop tomorrow. If y'all appreciate the YouTube videos and stuff, make sure, I know some of y'all do, make sure to like and comment because the algorithm has changed. We're not getting as many views as we used to because of the algorithm changed, right? So I see a video in the feed. Make sure to click it, like it, all that good stuff. But also, I'm probably gonna start doing polls as what type of videos y'all want. to see as well. Like I use because I don't like really posting like what I'm saying. Even if it is going to be new opportunity, like posting the same stuff repetitively. You know what I mean? Yeah, just try to trick me. Well, as far as today, I'm really going to pay attention to the GJ and Google. And then depending on what US30 and GU does, maybe, but my main priority today is going to be GJ and gold. All right, y'all. So we're gonna let the charts play out right now. Again, if GJ can maintain a whole 198.55 as support, we can look for the highs go back up to 199.10, plus back up to the highs of 199.65. Gold, we're going to be looking for buys if we can hold 33.74, 33.76 as support. We can look for buys back into the highs here at 34.14. And then US30, we're going to be looking for buys as well. Again, we got a few news events today still. We got E50 Euro news, 830 USD news, 845 Euro news, and 945 USD news. So we're just going to let those news play out. And this is the charts are looking like between 10 and 11 again. The charts are just going to be ranging all day. I'm just not going to take a setup today. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free student from Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my signature mentorship programs, you already know what to do. Click those links in the description. And we'll be back at the same time tomorrow on session 3 EST.